AI is everywhere, but 99% of the people do not know how to use it. AI should either help you do things better or faster. Here are the 4 things you should know when you want to start with AI. The first category will be chatbots. There are many chatbots, but we'll be focusing on showing you Google Gemini, OpenAI's ChatGPT, and Anthropic's Cloud. Now, as a beginner, you want to focus on understanding what these tools are and how you can use them efficiently. So the basic use of these tools is simple. You ask it a question and you get a reply. Most of these tools are multimodal, which means they work with either text, audio, or video. So as a beginner, the main uses I would recommend that you start incorporating in your daily life is to start using it for your everyday tasks. These can include translating texts. In my business, I often have to translate text in 4 different languages. So for this alone, AI is for me an incredible time saver. But I also use it a lot to draft emails for me or to summarize texts. So let's look at a couple of examples and quickly look at the different tools and how they're set up. The first thing you should know about chatbots is that they have different models you can actually use. Depending on what you're trying to do, you can actually use a different model. Now, if you're a beginner, don't worry about it. Just use the basic model they have. You see here, ChatGPT has different models. If you're getting started, the default model should be the one that you should be using. They always make sure their latest default model is the one that is best for most tasks. So let's ask them all the same question. So if you really want to make best use of these chatbots, you need to learn how to ask your questions. Remember, garbage in, garbage out. So these questions are actually called prompts. The better you formulate the prompt, the better your reply from the chatbot will be. I made a video about how to use prompts efficiently, and I will link it in the description below. But for now, remember that the better you can ask your questions, the more details and context you can give to your questions, the better the reply will be. So if you don't know where to start with these questions, just type your question and ask the chatbot to improve your question to get a better response. So you see, all these chatbots produce different results. So if you will get started, try them all out, see the one that you prefer, and then start using that most frequently. Another way to use AI is to use AI tools that have a dedicated use. So I will share some of the tools that I'm using very often. The first one I'm using is Perplexity, and I'm using this for search instead of Google. Perplexity is a very, very useful tool that will immediately get you the response on your query. Compared to Google, where you get a lot of results and then have to find the best one for you, Perplexity will immediately summarize the results and give you a consolidated reply. Perplexity is my go-to tool for when I want to look up something on the internet. It has up-to-date information. Recently, also ChatGPT with SearchGPT can offer this, but I keep on using Perplexity because really it's a dedicated tool with very advanced usage. They have a focus mode, so if you're trying to do something specific, you can actually use one of these focus modes. But now, let's say I want to do a search on the internet, and you will see instead of getting a bunch of results, Perplexity will look at the results and give you a summary of what is out there. If you then want to learn more, you can still click on the individual results and go to the actual web pages. Now, if you're watching this video, it means you're using YouTube. So for YouTube, I'm actually using an AI tool that is a Chrome plugin that allows me to summarize videos. And before I watch them, I want to know if it's worth my time. So I use this tool to summarize the videos so I know if I should invest time in that video or move to another one. Or even sometimes when I watch the video and I really liked the content and I want to get a summary of it, this is my go-to tool. So let's go to YouTube and see how it works. So let's click on a video. And you see this is a 17-minute video, but in fact, I can just click now on the extension. I immediately get the text and I can either summarize it or use one of the tools to summarize it for me. You can do this by either copying the text, then pasting it into a chatbot and asking it to summarize it, or You can use the on-page summary, but then you would have to have a either a paid subscription, or if you do have a paid subscription to one of the Gemini, Claude, or ChatGPT, you can actually use that one. And from here, it will immediately send the text to your tool of use and it will summarize it for you. Notebook LM was the next tool, and Notebook LM is basically if you want to learn something about a topic, this would be your go to tool. You can upload PDFs, even entire websites, videos, audio, and then the tool will capture the knowledge and you will be able to get insights about it. So, the next category, once you learned how to use the different AI and AI tools, a lot of people in their daily life also use AI to generate and work with images. So, two of the tools that are most used are Leonardo AI and Midjourney. When you're working with images, also prompts are very important to get the image you're looking for. There are luckily many resources on the internet available, and also those tools offer many examples of how you should build your prompt to get the result you want. There are really a lot of different prompts you can use to gain different types of images, like the image style, the setting, the coloring, the way it was created, and so on. But if you're getting started, you're probably looking for a quick logo to be created, or maybe you want to create a coloring page for your kids. All this you can do with these tools. So, the next thing you would want to learn once you know what AI is and how you typically use it in your daily life is how to automate this. So, here I will share you an example of what is called a no code tool. So Make.com is a tool that will allow you to create automations, not only normal automations, so it's not necessarily an AI tool, but it does allow you to also automate AI workflows. You see, there are many examples of workflows you can use to create to automate some of the work you're doing with AI. So ChatGPT is obviously a more used model and thus will have much more templates you can look at. Some of the things you can do is can automate posting to blogs or even creating blog posts. You can use it to summarize incoming emails and then send it to somewhere else. If you have repeating tasks or if you just have a big amount of work you need to do on a very specific task, you can then think about how to automate this with a no-code tool like Make.com. I'll link a video that I made on how to use this tool to automate some of your work in the description below to give you some more ideas. So I hope you liked today's video. So as a beginner, I think the most important thing is to just get started, explore the tools, see what they can do, look a bit at the documentation, look for what other people are doing with it, and just get more ideas on how you can integrate these tools in your day-to-day life. Your life will be never the same again, but you will be more efficient, more complete, or you will just be able to do things much, much faster than before. And remember, AI will not replace our jobs, but the people that know how to use AI, they will replace us in our jobs.